Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today I'm going to seal up these openings between the soffit gables and the attic. The area I'm going to seal up is right between the two purlins there, between the top cord of the truss there and the roof tin. And the reason for that is that the Amish made only one kind of soffit panel, these punched ones. The ones on the gable end should have no ventilation at all. And the reason for that is you have airflow coming from the soffits here, and it'll work its way up and out the ridge vent. If you have airflow coming from the gable end as well, it's going to create a hot spot right in this area right here, and you don't want that. It's long been known that you either have soffit ventilation or you have gable ventilation, not both. That's why on some houses you'll see a gable vent and a fan and stuff, and on some it has passive ventilation with soffit vents. The Amish, at least the ones in this area, for the most part, build unheated buildings, so I'm sure they didn't know anything about that. But I do, and I'm going to close that stuff off. So what I'm going to do is cut pieces of cardboard and just staple it right onto the top cord up there and have it go up to the tin. That's all that's needed. I do have a couple special areas, like where this post goes up to the roof tin, and way up there at the peak, I'll have to put a couple pieces in there, but that shouldn't be too hard, and hopefully this won't take very long. I am very limited on the cardboard that I have, so I may have to do this over a couple days, but let's get started cutting the cardboard and we'll see how far it goes. Alright, I didn't think I was going to have enough cardboard, but that one box went pretty far. Still got a couple boxes here. Got some cardboard here and there and over there and all over the place, so I should be good on that. This is a real simple task, except that I got to keep moving the ladder and going up in a different spot each time, but it really needs to be done if this building is going to ventilate right. All right, let's get that first one in and see how it goes. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, that's gonna work really good. Okay, I had a few errands to run, and when I got back, I just went to town and cut all the rest of these, and I got the rest of the ones on this side in. Got a big pile over here. Also, found my grandson's Huggies box, so I put his name on there and the date. I'm going to put that one, like the second one from the top, up there. So this side is going to be a little harder because there's stuff in the way, and I don't have this diagonal brace in place. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get as far as I can, probably all the way up there except for the very last one. And then tomorrow I'll get this diagonal brace in, then I can put the last one in. The diagonal brace, especially in this corner, which is why it's not in yet, is going to be really difficult. It might take me half the day tomorrow to get that in. So instead of just doing that in a separate video, I'll combine that with this video and we'll be done with this end, except for the barn star. I'm going to be putting the barn star in the next video, so make sure you watch that. But back to the job at hand. It looks like the first two are going to be easy. Oh, probably the third one as well. I can just get up on here. Hopefully I can reach that far. Then it looks like it's going to start getting difficult, but maybe not. All right, let's get that one in right away. Just thought I'd show you the view from here. Those are the soffit vents. That's the only place that air should come in, and it should move its way up and go out the ridge vents. We also have these big openings that should have been closed up with closer strips, but our tin guy strongly recommended against them. I don't know why. I guess it's because we have a black roof and it would have put little wrinkles there and it would have been really visible. That's what I'm guessing, but I don't know for sure. I'm going to be filling all that in on a different day, but today, as I'm doing this, I started filling these as well. Some of these, they go down to about here, and then they have a stop on it, but some of them have a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch of a gap at the bottom, and that's plenty of room for Asian beetles to get in here, or hornets, and I want this place nice and sealed up, so it doesn't take much to fill these in. I've been using the rest of this pest block. I got this for that corner down there and a couple other things, and it's reusable. I did that, maybe 3 weeks ago, and this stuff is still working. It's going to have enough in it to do the rest of this job, which is really cool. And while I'm up here, I'll show you this as well. This is the diagonal brace that I'll be putting in tomorrow, but you'll see that in just a couple minutes. This is 20 feet long, and I need to wrangle it in from that corner down to there, so they're not real easy to put in. It should be pretty interesting. All right, now I got to do this 2-piece one, and then a couple more, and then we'll get this in. Not that many people are going to have to make these, but if you do, I'm just cutting them. This is the width of the opening, and these angled openings, got 10 7/8. This is 10 7/8 here. Got 2 inches on each side added to it, and fold it up, and this should just slide right up in there. Now I need a taller ladder to get at this side. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this or not, but there's a good 1/4 inch gap between the bottom of this panel and the trim out there. This time of year, the Asian beetles, when they start cutting the beans in the bean fields around here, they just swarm the buildings on the warm side. This is the warm side. And if they find an opening like that, they mark it with their scent, and thousands of them will come through and they'll gather together in like a big bunch. It's really disgusting. And we're gonna stop that by sealing this up. All I'm doing is putting a little blob right in this area, then it'll expand and just make a little plug. I'm not filling this whole gap, and I'm going along the edge here as well. I just saw an Asian beetle in that gap. Got a pretty nice view from up here. This is going in next, but you could see the water lines pretty clearly from here, as well as the propane line. Really getting there. I'll be putting joists in over here real soon. And like I said, that barn star right there is going to go on the other side of the wall right here in probably 2 days. So that'll be a pretty interesting video. All right, let's get this thing in. All right, these are the jigs right here that I used to put up the other diagonals. What I did, I believe, is get one screwed in place, then get the diagonal up on that, and then put the other one in place, and then start screwing the diagonal down. I can't remember 100%, but I'm pretty sure that's what I did. So let's get this in place and see what it looks like. Before the skin went on the building, I had to get these up into the rafters because once the skin was on, I couldn't get these up here. All right, now I have my jig in place, and I'm hoping this is how I did it so I don't have to wrangle with this too much. I believe all I have to do, well, easier said than done, this thing is really heavy. I believe all I have to do is, maybe I got on a ladder right in the middle where it would be easier to handle it. I was just going to pull this up and try getting it into the pocket here, but yeah, if I go in the middle, I might be able to stab the end down into here. Well, let's just give this a try real quick, and if it's too heavy, I'll try it the other way from the middle. Broke a driver tip. That doesn't happen too often. All right, now back to sealing up these gable vents. The very last one. Yeah, this diagonal brace was really a job. Took me half the morning, but at least it's done. Beautiful. Ta-da! All done. This is why I've been dreading this job. All this cutting on the floor and then going up and down the ladder and stapling this stuff in place. It doesn't look like a lot of work, but it certainly is, and it took 2 days. Well, that's because I did this diagonal brace as well. That was a job in itself, but I'm really glad to have all this stuff done. The next thankless task is to get all of them openings along the drip edge sealed up. We're getting tons of bugs in here, and I really can't have that. Then I really got to get this place cleaned up before I start on the next task. So if you want to see all that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.